Okay, today we're going to do daf of Tesam with Aleph. We just finished daf yesterday. Daf Chesam Adbeis all the way at the bottom. The line starts with Mani Masnisim. The line starts with Rabbi Yehuda. The last line of the page. So just to recap, we left off yesterday with the three-way machlekes. We have Rabbi Yehuda's opinion that says chametz is always asba no. It doesn't matter when it is, before Pesach, after Pesach, it's always asba no. Then we have Rabbi Shimon's opinion that says chametz is always mutar no. The chametz during Pesach is asba no, after Pesach is mutar no. Then we have Rabbi Yosef's opinion. The most extreme opinion is that chametz is always mutar no. Even on Pesach itself, you could have benefit from chametz itself. So now we're going back to our Mishnah. Just to recap, we said in the Mishnah, Daf Chesam Ad Aleph, we said in the Mishnah, more than the Mishnah said, chametz shanachi, a chametz shavagoy that went over Pesach is mutter. But if it's a yid, then it's asur. So it says the Gemara, Mani Masnisim. Who does the Mishnah go according to? Rabbi Yehuda goes according to Rabbi Yehuda, which Rabbi Yehuda says that chametz is always asur b'ano. Chametz tamakamet. I feel the nachi. When Yehuda said the chametz is asur b'ano, he wasn't machalkin if the chametz belongs to the goy, the chametz belongs to the yid. It's mashma the chametz is always asur. And the Mishnah clearly makes the differentiation between the chametz of a goy and chametz of a yid. So the Mishnah can't be Rabbi Yehuda's opinion. Rabbi Shimon, if it goes according to Rabbi Shimon, that says you can have hano after Pesach of chametz. If so, the Yisrael nami Mishnah koshari. Rabbi Shimon says even the yid chametz is mutter after Pesach. So why in the Mishnah they say yid chametz is asur? And really, if it goes according to the basic that says that even chametz on Pesach is mutter b'ano, so I feel tells man Mishnah koshari b'ano. Even the Mishnah should say even during Pesach is mutter b'ano, and the Mishnah says even after Pesach it's also b'ano. So it can't go according to Rabbi Yehuda. It can't go according to Rabbi Shimon, and it can't go according to Rabbi Yosef either. And where are the few answers to this? First answer is Amar Rabbi Yaakov. Rabbi Yaakov answers like this: Leilam, I could tell you, Rabbi Yehudi. That the Mishnah goes according to Rabbi Yehuda. Rabbi Yehuda says, and just to recap, we said yesterday, Rabbi Yehuda says, chametz after Pesach is asur b'ano. We said in the Mishnah, we made the differentiation between the chametz of yid and the chametz of a goy. So we're saying Rabbi Yehuda also holds of that. What's the reason to mechalek between the yid's chametz and the goy's chametz? Says the Gemara, Rabbi Yehuda goes according to Rabbi Yehuda. He learns out the issur of eating chametz, of having benefit from chametz, from the issur of seeing chametz. Just like the issur of seeing chametz, it's only asur to not see your own chametz. About the be able to see chametz of a guy, be able to walk past the shop and look at the chametz over there. After the achila, so Yehuda learns back into the issur achila, and meaning issur no is also you can't eat your own chametz. You can benefit from someone else's chametz and hekdash's chametz. And therefore, over dinu, and if we're going back to our Mishnah, we learn the Mishnah should have said the Mishnah should have said that a guy's chametz isn't only much to have benefit from, but you can even eat it. So why did I say in the Mishnah that a guy's chametz it only specified you can benefit from it? It didn't mention eating it specifically. But I did tell since the Mishnah finishes up by saying that a yid's chametz is also that benefit from Tananami mutar the nachi mutar b'ano. We said also that a guy's chametz is also that benefit from. But really, according to Rabbi Yehuda, you could after Pesach you could eat chametz of a guy also. Yes, you go to Morrison's or any shop and you can buy chametz. And that's what we passing like the chametz of a guy is mutar b'ano. You can benefit from it and you can eat the chametz, no problem. Obedino, and really the Bible, the Mishnah that feel takes man mutar b'ano. The Mishnah should have said that even during Pesach you're able to have benefit from a guy's chametz, not eating obviously, but have benefit from. Why? Because we just said before that we make a connection between the issur of seeing and the issur of eating, and just like the issur of seeing is only a yid chametz, so to the issur of eating is a yid chametz. So why say in the Mishnah that you can have benefit from a guy's chametz after Pesach, even during Pesach you can benefit. Since we the second part of the Mishnah was speaking about a yid chametz, which is after yid chametz having benefit of after Pesach, Tananami. We said in the first case also, we spoke about a case of a guy's chametz after Pesach. But really, according to Rabbi Yehuda, you could have benefit from a guy's chametz on Pesach itself. I don't know what the scenario would be. Maybe a guy feeding if a guy feeds your dog, so you're having benefit from it, but it's not your chametz. So that's all one answer that the Mishnah could go according to Rabbi Yehuda. Rabbi says no. Leidam Rabbi Shimoni. So the Rabbi Yaakov says Mishnah according to Rabbi Yehuda, and Rabbi is saying a completely different answer. He says the Mishnah goes according to Rabbi Shimon. Just remember, Rabbi Shimon said that after Pesach, it's mutter to have benefit from chametz, because the Isser of Bal Yirah Bat Matzah is only on Pesach. But Rabbi Shimon, it's why it's in the Mishnah that Yitz chametz is also even after Pesach. It's not because that the Isser of Bal Yirah Bat Matzah is after Pesach also. It's Kanasa Kanis Rabbanan. It's only with the Rabbanan that made the Kanas. Since this person, since his Yid was over on Bal Yirah Bat Matzah, since he was over on the Isser of chametz on Pesach, Chachamim made him a Kanas that he cannot benefit from that chametz after Pesach. But Midei he cannot benefit. But the Mishnah speaks about the Rabbanan. Says the Gemara Bish, Lefi Rava makes sense according to Rava. And Diktani, it makes sense what we learn in the Mishnah. The Mishnah finishes off. The Mishnah, it's a quote from the Mishnah. The Mishnah says, Shal Yisrael Asur. The reason why Yitz chametz Asur after Pesach, Mishum Shenemar, Lo Yiroeh. Because it says in the Pasuk Lo Yiroeh, meaning since he was over on Lo Yiroeh, so therefore after Pesach it's Asur. Elo, the Rabbi Yaakov, but according to the Rabbi Yaakov, that said, it goes according to the Yehuda, and said that it's also even the Iraisa. Why did it say in Torah that the reason why it's awesome is because of Lo Yiroeh? Mishum Lo Yiroeh chametz v'ayim. We're speaking about having benefit. We're not talking about seeing the chametz. Everyone agrees you could see the chametz after Pesach. The question is if you can eat it after Pesach. So instead of the Mishnah saying that the reason why you can't have benefit from it is because you Lo Yiroeh, the Mishnah should say clearly that the reason why you can't have benefit from it is Mishum Lo Yiroeh v'ayim. Is because the Isser of not having the Isser of not eating chametz applies to even the chametz which went through Pesach, even after Pesach. So according to the Shimon says something that Rabbanon, but the Mishnah said Lo Yiroeh, it didn't mean that you're still even Lo Yiroeh. It meant since you were even Lo Yiroeh, so therefore now you kind of have Rabbanon said you kind of benefit from the chametz. But according to the Yehuda, according to the Rabbi who said that the Mishnah goes according to the Yehuda, and therefore even with the Iraisa, it's also that benefit from chametz after Pesach. Why is it in the Mishnah Lo Yiroeh? We're not speaking about Lo Yiroeh, we're speaking about Lo Yiroeh. And the Gemara Misabdas a Sefer Koi. You think that this person the Gemara brought was going on the Sefer on the second half of the Mishnah? No, we brought this din of Lo Yiroeh for a different reason. Areisha Koi. It's speaking about the Reisha. It's speaking about the first half of the Mishnah. And this is how you read the Mishnah. You read the Mishnah like this: Chamutz shanachli shab al Pesach mutar ba'ana. Chamutz of a guy that went through the duration of Pesach is mutar for yita benefit from after Pesach. Why? Mishum shenamar Lo Yiroeh lecha. Since it says in the pasuk chametz should not be seen, and we learn that from that pasuk that you can't see your own chametz, be able to see someone else's guy's chametz and hekdash's chametz. And we learn now the issue of eating chametz from the issue of seeing chametz. So just like you're able to see a guy's chametz, so also you're able to eat a guy's chametz and have benefit from a guy's chametz after Pesach. So we figured out how the terminology of the Mishnah fits with Rabbi Yaakov Shita that goes according to you. Now the Gemara is going to say that this argument, whether the Mishnah goes according to Yehuda or whether the Mishnah goes according to Rabbi Shimon, the argument between Rava and Ravacha is a general argument between Rava and Ravacha's general Shita how they learn chametz. So today we're not going to finish the whole thing. Today we're just going to start this piece, and we're going to finish off the punchline tomorrow. Says the Gemara, this machlokes how to transfer the Mishnah between Ravacha, Yaakov, and Rava is in accordance with their opinion in a different argument. Because we learn like this. It says like this. Someone who eats chametz of a goy that went through the duration of Pesach. Yeah, Pesach finished on Sunday. Monday he goes to the shop and buys chametz that was in the shop on Sunday. So Rava says, according to the Rava says, Loike, he gets malchus. Ravacha Yaakov says, and Loike, he doesn't get malchus. What's the reasoning? Rava says the reason why he gets malchus is Layalif Rabbi Yehuda say that Rabbi Yehuda doesn't learn the issur of eating chametz from issur of seeing chametz. Even though you're able to see a guy's chametz after Pesach, but if Rabbi learns, Rabbi Yehuda says that you eat the guy's chametz after Pesach, and if you eat the guy's chametz after Pesach, you get malchus. Rabbi Yaakov says, like you're not gonna malchus. Why? Because you only say the because Rabbi Yaakov learns that Rabbi Yehuda learns that the Isra of sin chametz from the Isra of eating chametz. The Isra eating chametz from the Isra of sin chametz. And therefore, just like you could see a guy's chametz on Pesach and after Pesach, so you can eat from a guy's chametz after Pesach. So just to remember, there's two isurim, the Isra of seeing chametz and eating chametz, and they don't really have a very big connection with each other. Torah says in two different places and two different psukim. So the question is, are they intertwined or not? So Rava says no, they're not to do with each other. Pesach you can see a guy's chametz, but you can't eat the guy's chametz after Pesach because it's still awesome. Rabbi Yaakov says no. We connect both psukim together, just like this. Of seeing a guy's chametz, you could see a guy's chametz. So too, you can eat a guy's chametz after Pesach also. So says the Gemara, "V'hadar Rav Acha Yaakov Mahi," and Rav Acha Yaakov went back in the shita. We just learned now that according to Rav Acha Yaakov, he learns in the shita of Rabbi Yehuda that you're able to see and eat the guy's chametz after Pesach. Says the Gemara that Rav Acha Yaakov, when retracted himself, he changed his mind. How do we know he changed his mind? And this is a bit of a long piece. We're going to finish this piece tomorrow. The Tanya is learning no brayso. If someone eats chametz of hekdesh on Pesach, yeah. So a person had a loaf of bread. And the loaf of bread was hekdesh, and he ate it. So we all know that din kol miila. Miila means if you have benefit from hekdesh, you have to pay. So the din is, one opinion says mal. One opinion says even though it was over the Isra of Pesach, and he gets kaddish, but he still has to pay. Another shita is leimal, he doesn't have to pay. What's the argument over here? Man yeshemim. Who's the yeshemim that says you don't have to pay? Amar Rav Yechanan says Rabbi Yechanan ben Akani. It goes according to Rabbi Yechanan ben Akani. What did Rabbi Yechanan ben Akani say? The Tanya. We learn in the Brayso. Rabbi Yechanan ben Akani says Yom Kippurim kashabes tashlum. Rabbi Yechanan ben Akani would make the dinim of Yom Kippur just like Shabbos. What does that mean? Just like on Shabbos, if you're chayiv misa for something, you're pater to if you do if you're chayiv misa and you do it in the same time you do action that you have to pay for. Let's say you steal and you carry on Shabbos. So the different examples, you're pater to pay after Yom Kippurim. So to Yom Kippur, mischayiv b'nafshe. If you do a avera that you chayiv misa for, patim tashlum in the same time that avera also includes the lack of a loss of money in someone else. You pater to pay. So according to the shit of Mechunim ben Akan, if someone eats chametz of hekdesh, right, he's pater. Why? Because even though eating chametz of hekdesh includes a tashlum, includes a payment, because you have benefit from hekdesh, but over here you chayiv misa because you have chayiv kaddish from eating chametz. So therefore, that's the Hashem that says that loimal you do not have to pay; you only get kaddish. So that's one way of explaining the machlekes of if you are male, you're not. Another way of explaining it, Rabbi says, but arguing these two opinions, if you are male on eating chametz of hekdesh on Pesach or not, arguing in a general argument, if you can be paid the hekdesh not for food, meaning like this, we all know that there's a din called a din of paid the hekdesh, a person that is makdish a loaf of bread. Okay, so that loaf of bread now becomes holy. The only way for what could he do to make the loaf to eat the loaf of bread? He could be paid it, meaning he could redeem the loaf of bread and say he's going to take the money of the loaf of bread, and the money should be a redemption for the loaf of bread. And now the loaf of bread he could eat and bring the money to Beis Hamikdash. Now, what if you don't want to redeem the loaf of bread to eat? Because let's say the loaf of bread is also to eat at that time, but you want to redeem the loaf of bread to feed it to your dog. Are you allowed to do that or not? So this idea, this concept would be relevant to our argument whether you eat chametz on Pesach if you're male or not. The Tanu says that if you eat a loaf of bread on Pesach of hekdesh, you still have to pay the fee. Kasavi holds that you're able to redeem hekdesh to feed it to a dog, meaning that really, even though chametz is also to eat on Pesach, and if you eat it, you get kaddish, but the chametz still has value. The loaf of bread still has value. Why does the loaf of bread still has value? Even though regular chametz has no value on Pesach, but the chametz of hekdesh does have value on Pesach. Why? Because I can redeem this chametz of hekdesh and feed it to a dog. So therefore, even though I'm chayiv, when I eat this loaf of bread, I'm essentially making hekdesh lose money over it because the loaf of bread is worth money, and therefore you have to pay. But the second opinion says that if you eat hekdesh on Pesach, you don't have to pay because Savar ain't paid, and he holds that since the loaf of bread is also on Pesach anyway, this piece of bread has no essential value to it. You can't bring the Beis Hamikdash now because it's hekdesh, because it's chametz, and you can't redeem it to feed it to the dog because he holds you can't redeem. You can only redeem chametz to eat it, and in this case you can't eat. So therefore, when you ate this piece of bread, you didn't make any essential loss to hekdesh. This piece of bread is worthless, and therefore you don't have to pay. And we're going to continue tomorrow. We're going to stop over here Chav Tesam and Aleph, all the way at the bottom. But the continue with Rabbi Yaakov Shita, and we're going to see how Rabbi Yaakov Shita was, he retracted what he said before, that chametz is mutter. Chametz of a guy is mutter to see after, mutter to eat after Pesach. Stop over here at the bottom of Chav Tesam and base. Have a good night.